Hello everybody. Thanks for being patient with me this week. I've been very under the weather, so I apologize we did not get that Friday market wrap up, but I did post this chart on Friday in substitute of my video, just saying that these are my three areas of interest, the nearest one being this weekly and the range value area low. So if we were to just do a fixed range pull here, you can see that the value area low falls right on top of this untapped weekly level, right? So it's an excellent area of confluence. Not only do we have the value area low, we have an untapped weekly, and then also this downtrend, which is also the top of our falling wedge. So it could give us, a back test here, a really good area of high time frame confluence to look for a long setup, and then, continuation upwards, giving us a low, high, higher low, and then, shooting for a higher high, right? This would be a really nice setup. On the other hand, if price were to simply fall through here, lose the level, then, of course, we can look to this low here for our swing failure that we've been watching for some time, okay? So just a couple interesting things I want to point out here. There is a scenario. So we're looking for wave 5 to complete before November 5th. Okay, that's on the table according to Elliott wave theory. Wave 5 does have to complete before November 5th, right? We were looking for the SFP of the low based on the harmonic sometime around this week, more specifically last week is when it fell on. I would look to this week as being the absolute latest time that we could see something like that happen, okay? So here's kind of where my mind's going. There is a possibility, there is a scenario where the Elliott wave 5 does not have to take out or extend beyond wave 3. That is something that happens. It's not common, but it is something that happens. So if we were to see, a move down here, market structure change and bullish continuation to the upside, I would suggest that we did see that scenario play out. If we do see some bottoming formation, find support here, bullish market structure change where we have our low, high, higher low, higher high, then continuation upwards, I would say that it's unlikely then that we do see new lows, by November 5th, okay? If we were to see that and see some degree of continuation to the top of the range, I would say it's probably unlikely, okay? On the other hand, if price were to, let's say, fall through here and then have continuation down, especially this week, like we know Wednesday is going to be the catalyst for this big move. If we were to see that extension down here, then I would say, okay, the SFP is on, we're going to hit this low and we can look for market structure change, a bullish setup here for then our swing failure, a completion of the wave 5, a completion of the falling wedge here, everything coming to fruition that we've been talking about for many months to then have that move up. However, here's where my mind goes. Being that it's a bear market, this is some of the most advanced trading that we will ever, that we'll see. In a bull market, it's easy mode. You simply long and it just goes up, right? This is price action of experienced traders all battling one another. Okay, that's pretty much what this is. Now, what people often do is they'll say, okay, I think price is going to go here. And they'll often be right, but they won't be right about how it gets there. So they'll say, okay, we're going to just get a move up to here. Okay, so I'm going to long. They get very bullish here, right? They're longing this. Then here's how it actually gets there. They're right about where it's going, but not about how it's going to get there. We go up, and instead we come down, and then go up. So the idea would be the person who was bullish here and they said, hey, we're going to go to the range high. We're going to hit about 25, 26K, maybe even more, whatever it might be. Well, it turns out that they would have been right. The thing that they were wrong about was how we were going to get there. So when I see this bullish divergence and this weekly divergence, bullish divergence that we're seeing on the daily and weekly time frame, I think that those are two very easy things to point out. You don't have to be an advanced trader to see that or to point it out. Well, guess what? If we were to get a move down here and come back up, we would not only we would still have that weekly and daily bullish divergence, but it would be even more, it would even be nicer, it would be more exaggerated, right? It would be a better looking bullish divergence than before. So you know, it wouldn't necessarily change the setup, but again, it would just change how we got there, right? So like I said, this is the next level I'm going to be looking for. If we were to just very quickly zoom in here, and then I want to go touch on something else, I want to show you guys something very interesting, in my opinion, something very cool. So we can see we have the 618 and the 66 here of this move up. We were holding this move, and we can see now that we're starting to really lose this level here. I would say that this 4-hour level closure below this 6.6 would be a significant sign of weakness, and likely that we will see this 18.8K level here probably sooner than later. Okay, and if we were to just flip onto a daily time frame, you can see that we've held it on Saturday. On Sunday, we held the level, and now we're losing it today. Again, a daily closure below this 6.6, about 19.4K. Again, I think is a sign of weakness, and then we can look to this weekly level in the value area low as our next area of support. And when we do get down there, and I had mentioned this in the Discord, I would look for, an immediate bounce, and then I would think we would take out this low and then have continuation, if anything at all. So it would be one of those things where you don't want to be the early longer. If we go down to 4-hour time frame, I would look to get down here, take out the low, come like this, and then go like that, and then maybe have some continuation upwards. So, you could look for a scalp right on the level 18.8K, but I do think that we would get a move down to about 18.4 to just sort of swing failure the lows here, take them out, get a closure above, and then, possibly have our continuation upwards. So one thing I do want to point out to you guys that I think is really cool, very, very interesting, is if we go to our CME chart, we had all of our conditions met. Everything that we wanted to see, everything that I've been talking about for a very, very long time, most of which were met, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, looking into putting our wave 5. Well, look at what happened here on the CME chart. What happened? We had our low here. We had a swing failure of the low with then weekly and daily bullish divergence on the RSI, with now a move up, breaking out of the falling wedge and here back testing it. It's literally everything that I wanted to see, everything that I've been talking about, but that I would have preferred to have seen on like Perpetual's futures chart, right? So where we, swing failure the low, take it out, have a back test of this wedge, and then have bullish continuation. We're seeing all of those things on the CME chart, right? So that's very, very, very interesting. Now there are a couple things I want to point out. Oftentimes, like you can see, we do not have our 17.5K low here, the wick, right, on the CME chart. And typically when I see something like that, I would expect price to come down to just fulfill or to show that same price action on the CME chart, right? I would expect that to happen, which would also then fulfill our swing failure that we're looking for on the Perpetual's futures chart, okay? So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I want to see what happens when we hit that 18.8K level. I want to see when we hit that level, and then I want to see the reaction on price this upcoming Wednesday when that data and the FOMC meeting, to see how price reacts to that ultimately, right? If we get this move down to sort of show that price action here, or if the CME chart wound up being the one to watch, wave 5 is in, we did get the swing failure of the low. We do have the bullish and the bear, or the bullish divergence on the daily and the weekly time frame. Will that all be enough? Is this everything that we needed to see for then that continuation upwards? Or do we have to show the price action on CME, get the swing failure on the Perpetuals chart for then that market continuation? So we'll just have to wait and see, watch what happens when price hits the level, and take it from there. So happy trading, guys. I will be on Discord all week, and I will do my best to walk us through what should be a very, very interesting week in price action.